What's up? You know what, actually? Alex Bale. We go here, look. We'll have to make it transformative. And also, I mean, frick, I hope he still claims the video. Because we get no views. So it's like once it, I guess, presumably we get monetized, it might make ad revenue. So I mean, I'm like, claim it. But he says you could react to it on his page. Like he's like, yeah, reaction content's okay. For Twitch and whatever. You may use my videos if fair use. I don't even know what that means. But also I'm like, this video is about Cabbage Man. I'm like, yo, dude. We turn it up actually?
The Cabbage Merchant from Avatar: The Last
Well, we're turning it
Airbender
up.
is a Fire Nation spy, and I believe he is the true villain of Avatar.
This guy changed the way I feel like I should look at TV shows. Yeah, because the Cabbage Man, everyone has always made jokes about the Cabbage Man from Avatar. But then this guy out of nowhere with like slam dunks, honestly. He's right too, I think. He zooms in on the cabbage, there's slugs, bro. And like the information at the very dude, I don't wanna this is why I'm like, yeah, also it's okay to react to this, I guess. He says it's okay. So it's like if the artist says it, so you should react to my content. Dude, just watch my content, clip it. The video games, just clip it, post it, dude. If you get more views than me, that's fine. Honestly, you're probably a
orchestrating
better
the
editor.
events of both shows. And also, I think he's cabbage bending. But
Yeah, I believe that too, because there's everything bending in the Avatar universe. Because Toph, Earth bends with the trees. She's a tree bender. But then that one tree that she lives at is connected to the whole world. I'm yapping too much. Is this transformative though?
but we'll get to that part
Dude,
later. Now, I know that sounds
I'm
crazy,
telling you the truth.
but I promise you, this will
XQC
be the
doesn't
most
even
convincing
pause it.
Avatar theory
Oh,
you
like,
will
I
ever
gotta get my
hear.
reaction skills.
This is
Oh,
cabbage theory.
cabbage theory. I thought there was gonna be one more. They just held the pedal.
Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm guessing most people who clicked on this video have already seen it, but on the off chance you haven't, it's basically a show where some people can control one of the 4 elements.
Is it too
and
loud?
the Avatar,
That's okay.
the only person who can master all 4 elements, has to stop the Fire Nation from taking over the world. But why would I possibly think that a random Earth Kingdom cabbage merchant is actually a Fire Nation spy? And a cabbage bender, but we'll get to that later. You know, he's just a funny running gag character.
Like a
All
lot
we
of the
ever see him
theories
do
that
is
people
get his
have
cabbages
kind of AI piggyback on themselves. This one feels so out of left field and right.
destroyed.
My cabbages! My cabbages!
So that Law and Order, Blue's Clues.
Well, think
He's a
about it.
fucking
We are
genius.
told many times throughout the show that
Also,
there
there's
are
a
Fire
meme
Nation
about him doing a SpongeBob. He's like, I'm a SpongeBob creator because he has SpongeBob theories. I've never watched those. I've only seen this one, and then the Blue's Clues one was the first one we watched. We'll watch it again for you guys. No, but that one was honestly amazing. I was like, what? And then I saw this one because I was like, Cabbage, and then he has SpongeBob. He makes SpongeBob jokes every once in a while. I don't know.
spies.
He was probably
He also had an ARG at the very end of these episodes. Maybe not this one, but some of them.
trying to signal the Fire Navy.
Oh yeah,
It's
I'm
like
sure
feed,
he's a
feed
spy
the
for the Fire
muse
Navy.
or
How do we
something.
know you're not Fire Nation spies?
Jet,
The
he's just an
muse
old
is
man.
like,
He's Fire Nation. He was sent to eliminate me.
But strangely, we never actually see any of them. But at the same
There's
time,
never a
we know
spy,
there
dude.
must be spies out there because someone is giving Zuko very detailed information about the gang's whereabouts.
We're closing in on the Avatar's trail.
There have been multiple sightings of the Avatar.
Somehow Prince Zuko and the Fire Nation keep finding us.
And let me ask you this. Who does the gang constantly run into throughout the entire show?
like even in the beginning, yeah.
The Cabbage Merchant. Okay, I know, it still sounds like a
Deep
stretch, but don't
state
worry, we're
agent.
just getting started. In Book 3, the gang goes to see a Fire Nation play all about their adventures.
You guys are not gonna believe this. There's a play about us.
Yeah, because it's like this is like for me, this feels like the speed running for Portal. Like you think the Portal thing is gonna like there's always like a new speed run and they're like this time can never be beat and then they beat it again. It's like, oh, everyone's already talking about everything in Avatar universe. Or have they? And then the guy's like, Cabbage Man's a deep state agent. And he is, bro.
I'm the Avatar, silly, here to spread joy and fun.
It's basically just Fire Nation propaganda where the Fire Lord is shown as the good guy and wins in the end.
The world.
Yeah, and everyone looks at this episode like a throwaway or something. No one ever.
But
Genius.
other than that, the plot of the play is surprisingly accurate.
Riddles and challenges must you face.
No, Jet, what are they
Like, I feel like everyone chopped this up to like, it's a throwaway
So
episode.
where did they get all of this information about the gang?
His sources include
Answers
singing
were right
nomads,
there,
pirates,
dude.
prisoners of war, and a surprisingly knowledgeable merchant of cabbage.
Bro, this whole time.
Huh. Why did the Cabbage Merchant, an Earth Kingdom citizen, help them write Fire Nation propaganda? Because he's actually a Fire Nation spy. Okay, wait. Maybe I'm just overthinking this.
No.
Maybe he didn't necessarily
He's a
know he was
bad
helping the
dude.
Fire Nation. For all we know,
I was
someone
tricked
just
too.
asked
I was
him
like,
about the
Cabbage Man was
Avatar,
my
and he was
favorite for a
more
while,
than
I
willing to
think.
complain about the guy who has destroyed his cabbages many times.
Dude, he brings up Korra, actually? Dude.
You know, he might be a little petty, but there's no reason to think he's secretly trying to take down the Earth Kingdom. Right?
Is he? Dude, no one even... It's a sleeper agent.
In Book 2, the Cabbage Merchant tries to take the ferry to Ba Sing Se, but he gets rejected by the ticket lady.
I told you already. No vegetables on the ferry. One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se. Security! Oh, my cabbages!
Makes you think about the
He
airport
destroys
too,
his
kind of.
cabbages to avoid risking cabbage slugs from getting into the city. Now,
Dun,
this
dun,
may
dun.
seem like a bit of an overreaction, but Ba Sing Se is a closed-off, self-contained ecosystem. If the wrong pest got in, it could quickly spread and be devastating for the city's agriculture and
Lake
economy.
Logai.
And you know what's
Ooh, that's a
crazy
spooky
about all
lake.
this? She was right.
Hey, could you see more in this one though? Do you think they have it in this?
She was
Oh
right.
my gosh, dude. What if they're, I mean, he probably would have found it, no? I'm like, every single one of those little particles, I'm like, it's a worm. I know that one that he found was one, but I'm like, all of them are. I guess those could be wood, yeah, but then this one's definitely.
If you look really closely as the cabbage cart gets destroyed, you can just barely see a cabbage slug flying through the air.
One cabbage slug could destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se.
Listen to what the lady says. A single cabbage slug would destroy the entire ecosystem of Ba Sing Se.
Bro,
If the
and this
cabbage
feels
merchant
so
actually
right
got into
that,
Ba
like,
Sing Se like he
Avatar
wanted, he
put
would
this
have
in there on
personally been
purpose. Like,
responsible
he's
for
just.
the downfall of the capital
See what I'm
of the
saying?
Earth
I'm
Kingdom.
like, how?
Okay, that's not like a great look for the Cabbage Man, but you know, maybe it was just an
Because
accident.
he is an ongoing
I
joke.
refuse to accept that. Look at this guy. He is so passionate
Purposely
and obsessed
put in.
with his cabbages.
Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
Literally, his only defining trait is how much he cares about his cabbages. Does this really seem like the type of guy who wouldn't know if he had cabbage slugs? He's a Fire Nation spy! But why? I mean, he
KGB,
clearly
dude.
has a vendetta against Aang, but why would he be
He's
intentionally
like, take a
trying
nap
to
and
take down
teleport.
the Earth
I'm
Kingdom?
like, yeah,
Well,
you mean
Aang
Doctor
is not
Strange?
the only one who destroys his cabbages. We've seen him try to enter both
Cabbage Man.
Omashu and Ba Sing Se, and both times Earth Kingdom bureaucrats destroyed his cabbages.
What kind of slum do you think this is?
Dude, this one was so fucking ballin' too, actually. He uses this as an example. This guy's theory is solid.
And these are only the times that we actually know about. For all we know,
I'm, like,
this is a
looking for
regular
more
occurrence
slugs.
for him. And then he's forced to watch as they immediately let Aang, his mortal enemy, inside directly after him.
My cabbages! Enjoy your mushroom.
We will.
Security!
Enjoy my shoe.
It is my pleasure to help.
All right, we scammed that lady good.
He didn't even have a ticket to get into Ba Sing Se. What the hell? And when Aang does destroy his cabbages, and he tries to get justice,
You're gonna pay for this! Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
guess what the Earth Kingdom authorities do to Aang?
What is your judgment, sire?
Throw them a feast.
They throw him a feast. The cabbage merchant has just as much reason to hate the Earth Kingdom, and I think the years of abuse and special treatment for the Avatar radicalized him into becoming a Fire Nation spy, attempting to take down the Earth Kingdom from within using infested cabbages.
Yeah, but what if he
And
was
you know what?
always...
I don't even think this was his only attempt to do this.
I told you already! No vegetables on the ferry!
The ticket lady says, I told you already.
I told you already.
This is not the first time he's tried smuggling cabbage slugs into Ba Sing Se. And when he tried to enter Omashu, listen to why the guards rejected him.
Rotten cabbages? What kind of slum do you think this is?
Rotten cabbages. I think the cabbage man was once again trying to sneak in infested cabbages into Omashu. And you know what? I think this time he actually succeeded.
I kinda zoned
Despite
out. Did
being
it flash
rejected and
maggots
having his
for a
cabbage
minute?
cart completely destroyed,
And you're
just
like,
a
what?
few
I'm like,
minutes
oh.
later, we see him inside of the
sorry.
city with a whole new cart
No,
full
I
of
feel fine.
cabbages.
I should drink water.
My cabbages!
I got this.
My cabbages!
Like what? Did he just find a spare cart full of cabbages somewhere? No. I actually think these are the same cabbages. We know from Return to Omashu that there is a secret sewer entrance into the city beneath the gate,
A secret passage?
which is exactly where the merchant's cabbages were thrown. So I think the cabbage man went down there to retrieve his cabbages, discovered the secret entrance, and successfully brought the infested cabbages into the city to weaken it for the Fire Nation. And you know what's really crazy about this? It
Could everyone
worked. The
be a
next time
bender?
we see Omashu, it's been conquered by the Fire Nation.
The Earth Kingdom city of Oh no.
Oh no. Oh my
They even
shoot.
make a point to tell us
no.
how surprising this is and how Omashu had never been conquered for the entire 100-Year War.
I can't believe it. I know the war has spread far, but Omashu always seemed untouchable.
Up until now it was.
So why is it now suddenly so vulnerable? It's because of the cabbage merchant! And this is also exactly
Cabbage
what
man.
happened to Ba Sing Se. He was rejected entry, his cabbages got destroyed, but then later we see him inside of the city with cabbages. What did he take the
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I
serpent's
like those
pass?
rabbit
And then
things.
shortly after he arrives and starts selling his cabbages, the city gets
Kanga
conquered by the Fire
rabbit?
Nation.
Kangabit.
I'm starting to notice maybe a little pattern here. You can't deny it
See?
anymore. There's too many connections. The cabbage
These are
merchant is working
purposeful
for the Fire
connections. They
Nation to
have to
help
be,
take
too.
down the Earth Kingdom and spy on the Avatar.
It's also Avatar's
And
like one of those.
speaking of which, how exactly is the cabbage merchant spying on the gang? Like, obviously they've bumped into each other a couple times, but Zuko and the Ember Island players have a ton of information about the gang.
Here's what you missed. We went to the Fire Nation, and you got better, and I got a sword, and I think Combustion Man died.
Like, way more than anyone should have. It almost feels like there's something else going on here. And if you don't believe me, I reached out to a certified Avatar expert to see if there was any more examples of the Fire Nation knowing things they shouldn't.
Right, so like
Oh, I
in
like
book
the
3, when
theorizer.
everyone thinks Aang is dead, how does Zuko's assassin Combustion Man keep finding them? It couldn't have just been dumb luck 3 times in 8 episodes that he was
Dude,
just
it's playing
around,
music?
right? Seems unlikely. And how'd they know to put Toph in a wooden cell anyway?
I'm gonna
That
turn
is
you
wild.
in and collect a reward. Then you metal bend yourself out of jail.
Hey, what kind of cell is this?
For Earth?
If you think about it, no one in the Fire Nation
Oh,
should
but
know that
metal,
bending
yeah,
exists.
huh.
Toph only created it a few weeks ago, and the only people that have seen it are from the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation troops aboard that ship who were probably just horribly killed by the serpent. And Toph never uses metal bending in her scams in that episode, only earth bending. So why in the world would the Fire Nation town guards think they use a wooden cell when they're not even aware that metal bending is a thing?
Thank you, Mr. Overanalyzing Avatar. So, how could the Fire Nation possibly know all of this? Especially the stuff in Book 3 when the Cabbage Merchant isn't even around. It's almost like the Fire Nation has another way to spy on the gang. A way that still involves the Cabbage Merchant, even if he isn't nearby. Okay, here's where my theory goes into full-on tinfoil hat conspiracy mode,
I
so
believe
just
it.
brace yourself. There's a really strange detail in the episode The Puppet Master, an episode that the
Swan?
Cabbage Merchant isn't even in. But still, I honestly think it's one of the strangest things in the entire show. In this episode, the gang
got all
goes
scary.
to a Fire Nation market, and Katara buys a cabbage.
Who's that old lady?
Except there's
Waterbender, no?
something very weird about this cabbage. It clearly has a very creepy looking face on it. Like, huh? I swear, this is actually in the show. I did not edit this in. It's never even acknowledged in the episode. It's just a weird, creepy face watching the characters for no reason. Why in the world
look at
would
the
animators
like,
include this? It's so weird.
It keeps
Okay,
the face, like
so I
as the
have
nose
a theory.
shifts.
But what I'm about to say is gonna sound completely insane. It's probably the stupidest
Cabbage.
possible
Cabbage
thing
lady.
I could say. But
Cabbage
what if
Patch
the Cabbage
Kids?
Merchant is using the cabbages to spy on the gang?
Whoa, his face
Yes,
fits so well.
I believe that the Cabbage Merchant is.
Did you see
on
that?
What if the Cabbage Merchant is using the cabbages to
Is that-
spy on the
Dude.
gang? The Cabbage Merchant
Dude,
is using the cabbages to spy on the gang. Yes, I believe
Maybe they
cabbages
did his
to
eyes a
spy-
little bit, but I
what
mean,
if
that's
the Cabbage
still...
Merchant is using the cabbages to spy on the gang? Yes, I believe
It
that
looks...
the Cabbage
he
Merchant
is the
a
cabbage.
cabbage bender.
Look at that face, dude.
Okay, wait, don't go. I know that sounds stupid,
I
but
would
I
never.
swear it makes sense. Just hear me out. In this show, there is a precedent for being able to spy on
This
people
guy is
through
underrating
vegetation
all his
with
facts.
the swamp.
I think I know how to find them. Everything is connected.
He's like... It's just something Khalifa. Disconnect.
Come on, we've got to hurry.
And it isn't even just like an avatar power either. Toph can use the swamp vines to literally see the entire world.
I'm more
Look at-
connected to the world than you've ever been. I can see Sue and Lynn, Zalfu and Republic City. I see everything.
I'd be disoriented.
Now, obviously,
like,
this cabbage is not part
I
of
can't
the
even
swamp,
see myself,
but
though.
a major theme of Avatar is how separation is just an illusion and everything is connected.
I get how the tree is one big thing, but the whole world?
Sure. You think you're any different from me, or your friends, or this tree?
The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation. Things you think are separate and different are actually one and the same. Even the separation of the four elements is an illusion.
We're all connected. Everything is connected.
So everything in this world, including the Cabbage Merchant and cabbages across the entire world, are connected.
I like
And
that,
I
but
think
then I'm
the
also
merchant
like...
is somehow tapping into this connection to spy on the gang. I think like technically you could do this with anything.
That's why people do those breathing techniques in the fucking middle, because they're like, breathing is energy from home, and then they lose weight and die. I had no idea, actually. But also, I'm like, oh, wow, they
In
might be onto
Avatar,
something.
he's just like really honed his ability on cabbages. He's
He's a
cabbage bending,
waterbender.
and I have evidence to prove it.
He's
This
an
weird
earthbender.
spiritual connection to cabbages.
Whoa, that's cool picture. Like if he wasn't a bad guy, dude, imagine like an evil one of this, and he gets red.
Explains why he's so
That'd be also
obsessive and
sick.
protective of them.
Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
And it also explains why he's constantly feeling them for some reason. He's
Wait,
not
did you already
just
talk about how he
randomly caressing a cabbage, he's connecting with it
saw through it?
cabbage bending. And if you
Oh,
don't believe
maybe-
me, one time while he's feeling a cabbage, we can see him literally sense the gang coming.
Is that wild?
Like, yeah, there
Again,
was a
hold on, ready? These blow my mind because it's like I remember watching Avatar as a kid, but then even the Theorizer guy, it's like I don't remember any of it, to be honest.
falling
So it's like
sound.
seeing these little look at her Katana's face. Ah, I didn't pause that.
Like, yeah, there was a falling sound.
I like how they have the mid animations because they're action scenes, but it's still like frame by frame. They like hand drew Avatar. This is crazy. The heck is animations? Yeah, because that's one frame. That's like a whole lot of movement just for one frame, but your brain fills in the rest.
But if you listen closely, he senses them before we can hear the sound.
That blows my mind. No falling sound. Falling sound.
He sensed them through
Cabbage
the
is like...
cabbage. This also explains how he would have been able to find the secret entrance into Omashu. His cabbages fell down near the entrance, allowing him to sense it. I know it sounds crazy, but the evidence is here. The cabbage merchant is cabbage bending. Every time we see cabbages in this show, the merchant is using them to spy on the gang. He is always watching them. He's not just some random funny background character. He is a highly skilled double agent working for the Fire Nation. And if you still, after all of this, don't believe that, then let me ask you this. How did a failing cabbage merchant get enough money to start an extremely successful technology company in the Legend of Korra?
Cabbage Corp, Republic City's trusted name in technology
Cabbage
for over 50 years. No!
See, again, some people, I feel like people were like, oh, it's just a throwaway joke. You know, Cabbage Man from the past, you know? Big ups, let's have Cabbage Court. And then Alex Bale is like, I see through the dimensions. I speak to the elves. Deep State Agent. I don't know, dude. Cabbage Man.
My Cabbage Corp!
They even built a massive statue of him in Republic City. They don't just hand these out. Not even Katara got a statue. The cabbage merchant built his empire with blood money he was paid by the Fire Nation to take down the Earth Kingdom. And he has gone on to become one of, if not the most rich and powerful people in all of Avatar. Alright, there you go. Bet you didn't expect the My Cabbages guy to be the true villain of the show. You know, at least he doesn't seem to be doing it anymore. In fact, in Legend of Korra, his company is actually the main supplier of airships for the Earth Kingdom now. So, you know, it seems like he's gotten over his grudge. Maybe this is even his way of trying to make up for all the damage he's done to the Earth Kingdom. You know, maybe this story actually has a happy ending after all.
Look, Earth Kingdom guy.
Don't worry, I have a plan. These airships that Cabbage Corp sold to the Earth Kingdom are way cheaper than the ones Future Industries built. Now, that's just shoddy workmanship.
She just broke off the wall, dude.
Oh my god. He's still fucking doing it.
The controls are busted.
It's not my fault this airship's a hunk of junk.
They just threw a guy into the...
Generations later, the cabbage merchant is still secretly weakening the Earth Kingdom. But why? Is he still working for the Fire Nation? Wait a second. No, he can't be. In Legend of Korra, the Earth Kingdom and the Fire Nation are not enemies anymore.
Oh,
the new Fire Lord is even like super against the idea of fighting the Earth Kingdom.
He's just
the
evil.
Fire Nation has spent too
Cabbage
much
Man.
of its history fighting nonsense wars, and I refuse to drag my nation into another one unless there's no other choice.
Why is the cabbage merchant still doing this?
A
Who is he working
generational
for?
grudge. He's like, no, if you guys destroy my cabbages before, you'll destroy them
It's
again.
so obvious. How did I miss this? The cabbage merchant is a member of the Red Lotus. The Red Lotus is an anarchist organization from Legend of Korra Book 3, and we're told that there are more Red Lotus spies out there, even though we never actually end up seeing them.
And even with Sahir locked up again, we still don't know how many Red Lotus members might be out there, hiding.
That kind of sounds familiar. They hate governments and secretly took down the Earth Kingdom from within. You know, that actually kind of reminds me of someone. They hate the Avatar and even tried to kill her.
Now, destroy the Avatar!
Off with their heads! One for each head of cabbage!
And each member of the Red Lotus is a highly unique and specialized bender. Cabbage bending. No, that's crazy. He can't be. He's not an anarchist. He's just the funny cabbage guy. The Red Lotus is a group that originally split off
Oh.
from the White Lotus.
We are what the White Lotus was meant to be, but after the 100-Year War, the White Lotus lost its true purpose. Its members came out of hiding and openly served the Avatar.
And you know, you'd probably think that if they're just like the White Lotus but more extreme, their logo would probably be just a red version of the White Lotus's logo, but no. They did a full-on redesign. It doesn't even look like a lotus flower anymore. But you know what it does look like? A fucking cabbage! It's a fucking red cabbage! You can't keep getting away with this! Fuck!
I can't be anywhere with this.
Okay, bye! Thanks for watching my funny cabbage video. Goodbye! I think I might have really fucked up my voice on this one. Yeah, that's my theory. Thanks again to
This is the best thing I've
Overanalyzing
watched
Avatar for
in my
helping
life.
out with this theory. That guy has like an encyclopedic knowledge of this show, so go check him out.
A cabbage merchant in Avatar? What are you talking about?
I know I'm not like the first person to ever notice some of these details, but as far as I can tell, no one's actually connected all the dots like this before. I'm still working on that big ol' final SpongeBob bonus video that I keep talking about. I know you guys have been waiting a long time for it, but
Yeah, I saw Moist Critical do a thing for should we keep watching?
no, it's just a very big
He said the
project,
SpongeBob
and
guy.
I still gotta post smaller videos like
Like for
this
me,
in
he's
the
the
meantime. That video
Blue's
is gonna
Clues
be
and
over
Cabbage
4
guy.
hours long, and over an hour and a half of it is just new SpongeBob
We're
theory
gonna
content.
react to that?
So it'll be worth the wait, I promise.
4
And it
hour
should be a nice
reaction, dude?
send off to the SpongeBob part of my channel.
Shout out
But
to his Patreon. Go to his Patreon. Where's his links? Twitter. This one's Patreon. Alex Bale Patreon. 1,400. Subscribe. That's been the freaking Cabbage Man though. Holy crap. I kind of want to watch the Blue's Clues one, so I will pause and then just restart.